on YouTube? Welcome back to Living Life Fast. New cars landing any second is all I'm saying. It's going off it. Actually, before we get into that, I've just had a little meltdown on Instagram. You know what? Trolls, they just piss me off. Like, you got like little kids that message. I'm a humble man, yeah? Like, I just mind my own business. I know I'm on social media and it looks like I love all the attention and I want to be famous and... No, it's not that, yeah? All I'm trying to do is be successful. I just want to better my life, that's it, you know? And then, you know, once now and again, you got people that come on your platform and try to chat shit. So, yeah, I just had a little moment. Posting Insta stories of some company, and it turns out it was just a little kid. But yeah, on to today's subject. We are in a bit of a pickle. This is what I'm trying to say why I'm in a pickle. Like, 1 second I'm buying this, next second I'm buying that. The plan is changing every second. So I thought, you know what, let me make a video and we'll have a chat about this, and it'll be interesting to hear some of your feedback. I did test drive the R33 Skyline. Apparently it was around it said between 750 and 950. I went out in it, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy this car, F it. I'm just gonna buy it, I'm just gonna do it. You only live once, just do it, Ricky. Don't even listen to anyone. So I went and test drove it. Sounded amazing, 27,000 miles on the clock. Had a screamer, and it was actually a very fast car. Beautiful condition, but didn't feel like 900 horsepower was the problem. The only interest I had in that car was the horsepower. I wanted to be scared. That is the reason why I test drove it. I had no interest in the R33. Awesome car, of course. So now I'm back to square one where I'm like, you know what, let's just build a car. Yeah, that was the original plan. Let's build a car, M4 replacement. And obviously the other day I was searching also for like a little weekend toy. But I have now decided, and I've come to the conclusion now, I've got to be realistic with myself. If I go ahead and buy these project cars, right, I am not gonna buy the M4 replacement anytime soon. We know that I'm after an Evo, it's no secret, but at the moment I can't find a decent one, yeah? But aside from the fact I can't find a decent one, I think the most sensible thing for me to do is find an M4 replacement, because you guys have got some high expectations, and realistically the M4 replacement is gonna be the car that does represent the channel, you know? It's gonna be the halo car, it's the car that is gonna be, yeah, we're gonna obviously have to mess about with it. Yeah, that's what I want to discuss with you now. So let's talk about a few cars that I'm considering. I could be tricking you, it could be none of them. The whole time of me having the M4, I genuinely thought the next car was gonna be an RS3. It could be coming, who knows? If you want a car that is extremely fast, is capable of being fast, the RS3 is a very difficult car to beat right now. There's not really any crazy builds here in the UK. I got someone right on my arse. Yeah, there's not really anybody with a crazy build. Of course, we filmed the MRC tuned one, so it had a built engine. I think it had a full frame turbo. It was doing about 820 horsepower, doing some really fast times. But you know, when you look at some of the times and so even some of the builds that they do in America, like these cars are running like 1,000, 1,100 horsepower. Some of them are really, really fast out there. And in my opinion, it's not like any disrespect. I'm not trying to take any digs at anyone in the UK, but I think that the development hasn't been done yet. The testing hasn't been done. So if I am to do an RS3, I'm going to be like a guinea pig, and there's nothing wrong with that. I suppose there's one small problem, which is there are a few people, 2 people specifically I know right now, that are doing 1,000 horsepower builds, which means I'm not going to be one of the first. I'm going to be in direct competition straight away. Moving on to the next car, the new M4. So that's why I was thinking, should I do the project cars, and then I'll just wait for the new M4. It's going to be 4-wheel drive. Sorry to my rear-wheel drive guys, true Beamer dieharders, diehard fans, whatever you want to call it. As a driving tool, I think the M4 now, when it becomes 4-wheel drive, I think it's going to lose that driver appeal anyway now. You know, obviously with the M4 now being rear-wheel drive, you know that if you make a mistake, it's over. There ain't no 4-wheel drive helping you. There's no saving you. It's front wheels are free, turning's beautiful. It's going to be interesting to see how the M4 is, because the new M5, look, I'm not trying to slate the M5. The M5 is amazing. It feels really light to the touch. But it's the same thing, it's a whole new driving style. Yeah, the M4, aside from the driving perspective, the tuning capability, my God, it's got the S58 engine, so it's the upgraded S55. Apparently it's forged. Some people are already doing like 650, 700 wheel, not even change the turbo. So it is obviously a better, more capable, faster platform, and especially paired with a 4-wheel drive system. Obviously the looks, we're not too sure on the looks yet, because there's a lot of stuff, you know, I've been posting recently on Instagram. And yeah, it's not the nicest looking car. Hopefully the M3 doesn't have those same front grills, but I'm going to reserve judgment until, you know, the official, you know, launch pictures. Porsche GT3, you should know by now that that is kind of like my dream car. It's a certified driver's car. But you've got the GT3 RS, which is a little bit more capable, it's faster, and it's a lot more money. But the GT3, obviously, as a road car, is still very, very comfortable as a daily driver, you know? It's an expensive car, I would have to finance it. I wouldn't be buying it outright. You know, obviously the M4 is on finance. You know what, whilst we're on that topic, I know a lot of you think I've banked close to 100 grand, which isn't true. You should all be aware that, you know, I did get a 51 grand bill from BMW, which had to leave my pocket to pay off that bill, which I didn't know was gonna happen. So over the last 7 or 8 months, I have been clearing that balance off. Some of you are looking at it like, oh yeah, he's got a load of money. No, like I've just put money back in my pocket that left in the first place. And another thing you got to remember is that I do have a 50% partner in LLF Games, right? That doesn't mean that you got 50% of the money, but it means that we have come to an agreement and we've decided that we're going to leave X amount of money in the company to buy cool cars. And we've got an amazing car, which I am about to go buy tomorrow. It's a wicked car. I think you're going to really like this one. So yeah, we was talking about the Porsche GT3. So yeah, if I was to get a Porsche, I'm obviously going to have to finance it. Whereas some of these other cars, I could potentially just buy them, and I've got a car, I'm sorted. I ain't gonna have no issues from the finance company. So yeah, the Porsche GT3, it would be the dream. What would I do if I bought a Porsche GT3? I'm gonna be sitting there like, okay, guys, we smashed it. Man got a Porsche GT3. Yeah, okay, levels, inspirational, you know, ticked off the list. But what am I gonna do content-wise, you know? Of course I'm gonna be gassed, driving around in the Porsche GT3, but there's no content. Like, I'm gonna make a collection video, first drive video, then it's gonna be, what I'm gonna do after that? I'm gonna wrap the car, maybe change the color of the wheels. Like, there's really not much you can do. You can't go tearing about in a Porsche GT3 on camera, because obviously if man like Ricky owns a car, he ain't selling it. I'm just stuck for life. Another car, as we already spoke, is the GTR, obviously. I did own one, as I say, quite a while back. It's such a capable platform, and every time I do get in a GTR, I absolutely love them. The negatives are, you know, I've filmed a lot on the channel. You know, we've done like Nick's 1,000 horsepower one, we've done the 1100 brake one, where it's about 1,050. So yeah, the GTR, there's a proven method, you know, there's people out there running some serious horsepower. You know, it's an 11-year-old design, 2009 it came out, it's now 2020, and there's a lot of proven methods, you know. Every time I get in one, they make me smile, they make me happy. And I know a lot of you think because it's four-wheel drive, it's not a driver's car. Let me tell you, a Nissan GTR is a certified driver's car. It is so involving, it requires your full attention because it's so goddamn fast and so capable. You can't take your eyes off the road, I promise you. There's a lot of cars you just drive like this, one finger, and you can just look at, like, nah, like this car, full focus, you can't look at the speedo, nothing. And you know what, when I had my GTR, I never heard, ever, did I hear those tires screech. Never, no understeer. I used to drift it and mess about. So yeah, GTR is something that I'm definitely considering. Another car, the BMW M5, the F90, that's a serious car that I'm considering. They're expensive, a lot of money. I wouldn't want to finance one because obviously the intentions would be to modify the hell out of it. This is going to be the car that is going to represent Living Life Fast. If BMW, if you're watching, if you want to slap man at M5, we can do something. Some of you, what you may not understand, if you do follow me on Instagram, is BMW and BMW Financial Services, they are sister companies, right? But they're two different departments. They're not all in-house, you know? So BMW UK and BMW itself, they are not the ones that probably had an issue with me modding my car on finance. So it is hard to not be bitter, but I'm wise enough to know that they are different departments. But you know, that is what it is really. But yeah, onto the M5, you know, they are becoming extremely fast. I've seen one M5 on Draghi doing a flat 4 second, 100 to 200 kilometers. You know, that is, guys, that is very, very fast. That's about 1,050 horsepower on an M5. I think beneath that car, the M5s are doing around the 4.7, 4.8s now. Another car I'm really considering is a Porsche Turbo. So you can buy a non-S for around, I think you can get them for about 65. And yeah, they are very, very fast road cars, you know. Of course, some of these other platforms, you can get a lot of power out of them, but even four-wheel drive, they can still be a little unusable. Like for track, maybe you can achieve fast times, but as a fast road car, a car that will religiously put its power down, a Porsche Turbo probably does it the best. Similar to the RS3s. The RS3, you put your foot down, no matter how much power it's got. Of course, they can still spin up, but they consistently will put down fast times. And you know, as a road car, daily driver, they're still fast. So moving on to the Porsche Turbo, you know, for example, if you did a 1,000 horsepower build, it's still a very usable car. You know, throttle's all normal and it's daily drivable, you know. The only problem with the Porsche Turbo is they are very, very expensive to build. And on top of that, if you do have a problem, it's going to be a very, very expensive build, you know. So we're not talking like an RS3 where if an engine goes, it's like 6 or 7 grand. a Porsche turbo. I don't know what a Porsche turbo engine would be, but you know, considering they're a 140, 150,000 pound car new, we're talking a 991 turbo, by the way. It's going to be a big bill if the engine goes wrong. But Porsches are solid. They're known to take an absolute beating. You can do some silliness to the Porsche. I know there's a company called ES Motors. They do an ES 1200 kit, which is what, guys, 105,000 pounds, like 105 grand. So you'd have to pay 65 grand for a Porsche turbo. There's 105 grand for the ES Motors. Yeah, so that's a little bit too expensive. Another car is a TTRS, so similar to the RS3. You know, aside from not having 5 seats, it's a faster car in every single department than the RS3. So, you know, if you can put aside, you know, the trolling, you know, because the TTRS, people like to take the piss, try to say it's a woman's car, it's a hairdresser's car, and yeah, like there's a lot of stereotype with the TTRS, which is the only negative point to put in a TTRS. No disrespect to Arthur, obviously he's got a maddest build out there, and to be honest, it's probably what's inspired me to consider the Audi, you know. But the new platform is even more capable, guys, you know. The new platform's on another level. You can probably be about 200 horsepower less and achieve the same times. But back onto the TTRS, if you buy a TTRS over an RS3, you're going to be 0.3 to 0.4 of a second faster in all departments. Like, look, you can buy a TTRS, right? You can stage 2 tune it and it will do a 10-second quarter mile. Like, there is no car out there that does that. It's as simple as. The momentum and acceleration of the TTRS is ridiculous. It's the relentless pull it has from a halt. A rolling race would be different, yeah? But the momentum from zero is ridiculous on the TTRS. It's more solid, it's lighter, it's more aerodynamic, and it's very hard to not choose a TTRS over an RS3. So yeah, if I was to pick one of those cars, it'd be very difficult to not choose a TTRS. So yeah, man, like there's a lot that I'm debating. You can imagine how messed up my head is. I know a lot of you are dying for me to buy an Evo. I'm sure an Evo is going to come, but as of now, let's get the M4 replacement out the way, and we'll start playing games after. But right now, I've got to be a little bit sensible. And yeah, I think something special is coming. Like I'll be real with you, a car's coming in the next day or two. So I do have an idea of what I'm going to buy, and I'm so excited. I've got like 65 video ideas written out for this car, so this is going to be the halo, the car that represents the channel. I've learned with social media now, you've got to kind of keep it a bit buttoned because people are quick to talk, you know. So we'll buy this car in the next couple of days. I'm going to make a quick decision, and yeah, get ready for this one because we are going to town. Right, so I'm going to end the video there, guys. As always, if you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, I promise you, you need to subscribe. I promise you. Right, so I'm out. See you later, guys.